What's up? Welcome back to another podcast, man. This is podcast number 3, man. Today we're talking about
which road will bring me back to home? Which road will bring me back to home? Which road will bring me back to home? Which way will I take to home? Which road will bring me back to home? Which road will bring me back to home? Which road will bring me back to home?
finances in your relationship. So let's get right into it, man. As you know, we're trying to change our body, trying to figure out how we're gonna change our environment up today. Just how we have a YouTube space. So we ain't got nothing in the background right now, just the wall. So, but we working on it. Anyway, let's talk about finances. Ladies first. Let's get it going, man. Welcome back. This is podcast number 3, season number 1. So.
One thing that I like to do is record your expenses. Like making sure that you're keeping track of it. I know for us, we keep track of it on the computer. And we have like a spreadsheet where we document everything. And we also have an organizer where we keep all receipts. And we have it organized by month. And so you can see how much you're spending a month on everything. Like groceries, necessities. And you can kind of calculate and kind of look at what you can cut back on.
Also, a good app is Every Dollar. Every Dollar is a good app. You can inside the app you can put how much money you made, how much money your spouse made, and you can calculate your expenses, and it do all of the deductions for you. So Every Dollar is the name of that app. I got that from Dave Ramsey. So
and there's also one called Checkout 51. And you pretty much just snap an image of your receipt, and there are certain items that you can earn cash back on. And what they do is they give you whatever amount the coupon is for back on your credit card. It goes back on whatever credit card you use to purchase your groceries. And so I have it on my phone, but you can download it. We'll put the name of it in the description below, and also the other one will drop.
Yeah, Every Dollar.
Every Dollar.
I think the biggest thing with finances, though, in relationships, the biggest thing is y'all coming together and one person not spending outrageously. You know, too many times, one person the spender, and the other person they really like looking at the finances. So you guys got to come up with a plan for yourself and be able to, you know, understand each other's finances, and my thing is called Fight for Zeros. So Fight for Zeros is basically 20 days a month you try to spend $0. I mean, you cannot go to the grocery store, you can't swipe your debit card. Now I understand for bill due, but I'm talking about things like swiping your credit card to go to the store. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and we usually try to do Monday through Friday zeros. If we know we're going somewhere for the weekend, we'll designate money for that. But like we normally, if we go to the store on the weekends or get our gas on the weekends, he may have to fill up one more time during the week, but that's a necessity. But any other like little items, oh I forgot this, or I forgot this, well, you make sure it's on the list on the weekend, because we don't spend money during the week. So shopping at Starbucks, Smoothie King, we don't do any of that during the week.
Yeah, so
make sure we have everything. I make my coffee at home. I meal prep for us. I cook breakfast for us. So we really don't spend money like that. So just try it. It may work for you and your spouse. It works for us. And if we do need to spend money, then we make sure that we communicate.
Yeah. Like for instance, this morning she was like, I need to buy something for her team members at work to contribute. So she said, okay. I said, all right, spend that money, $10, $20, whatever. But that's communication. Instead of one person just going to swipe the card when you want, how you want, you know. It's just not a good thing. So again, man, this is very important, man. This is 2018, man. This is the year. I'm telling you, I'm about to share with you some notes real quick on some things we call it the super plan and the basic plan.
Well, yeah, and that brings me to our third point, because we talked about recording expenses and we talked about making a budget, coming up with the plan. And so the third point that we have, that I have on my list is plan on saving money. So that will bring him to this. And this is a good plan It's the way that we have decided to start saving our money, and so I'm gonna let him share with you what he's created.
All right, so we have the super plan and the basic plan. All right, let's talk about the super plan. The super plan is if you get 52 paychecks, all right, a year, and I mean, say you and your spouse. Some people get paid every week. Some will get paid bi-weekly. So let's say you and your spouse get, 26 paychecks for the whole year. Then on each paycheck, you take $350 out. You just gotta act like the money already gone. You just act like the government took that $350 out your account and go put that money up into an account you have no access to. And so this is the super savings plan, man. The super savings plan is like every time you get paid, imagine you get 52 paychecks between the two of you guys. That's $18,000 that you're saving. That's not including whatever else that you can save. Now there's also a basic plan, all right? And I'll put this on the screen so you can see it. But the basic plan is the first paycheck. Say she get paid first at the first of the year. We take 50 out of her paycheck. My second paycheck. If I get the second paycheck, it's 100 out of my paycheck. She get paid again, it's 150 out of her paycheck. I get paid again, it's $50. All right? She get paid again, it's 100. So every paycheck is 50, 100, 150. 50, 100, 150.
So it's kind of like a rotation. It can sound and look a little complicated, but he's color coded this, and so I sent it to a couple of our family members and friends, and they were a little confused, but we will put like the instructions in there.
Yeah. We gotta put the instructions.
I'll know how to follow it. Because it is a great plan.
So if you do the basic plan, you end up with $5,200 at the end of the year. When the last time you saved $5,000? And with the super plan, you end up with $18,200.
And I feel like with the basic plan, like the average regular Joe can do this plan.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, act like the government took the money. At your job, if you work overtime, you can't dictate how much they taking. They just taking the money. So you gotta treat yourself as you government over your own money. The best advice I ever heard was tell your money where to go instead of wondering about where it went.
True. And that brings me to my point 4. Choose something to save for. Set a goal. I watched it wasn't a vlog, but it was more like an interview. I can't think of her name, but she's a millionaire now. But she said that she stopped getting her hair and nails done, and she would write a check to herself. Funding my dreams, put it in her account. Funding my dreams, put it in an account. Funding my dreams, put it in an account. And she said she didn't look at the balance because she always remembered her mom saying money will burn a hole through your hand. And she's like, I don't want my money to burn a hole through my hand. So she never looked at the amount. And she did that for 3 years. And she said one day, she said, I'm gonna go into the bank and I'm gonna see how much money I have in this account. And when she walked in, told the teller what she wanted to do, she wanted the balance on her account, and they were like, hey, you're the funding my dreams lady. And so she ended up with over $300,000 in that account in 3 years, because she said every time she would do a little more. Every time she would write it for a little more. Anything she could have left over, write it for a little more. And so that's a good plan. Like, find something to save for. She was funding her dreams, and I really like that, and that kind of stuck with me. So, find something, even if it's your dream, something you believe in, you have a passion about. You want to start a business, you want to buy a house, you want to buy a car. Start funding your dreams.
And I think that's very important. And I'm telling you, the basic plan, if you just think about being basic, and I tell you, put this in your brain, put this in your brain cells, tell yourself this every day. I'm going to tell my money where to go instead of about wondering where it went.
Because y'all know important. Money can go quick if you're not managing it and you don't have a budget. Swiping. Oh, I want Starbucks. Swipe. Oh, I want Smoothie King. Swipe. Oh, let's go out to eat. Swipe. Your friend called. Let's go to happy hour. Swipe. That money adds up. And
I'm telling you, from experience though.
And like even now, like we sent out our wedding invitations, and we literally gave people like 13 months to come up. We set it up where they could pay $25 a week.
$25 a week.
The first deposit was $50. We have people that still have only paid since, well, we'll say they got that invitation in August. We're just gonna say August. They really probably got it in July.
Yeah.
But that's only paid $50. and we're in a new year. And you know, people don't follow plans. Come up with something that you can stick to, that you're gonna hold yourself accountable for. And that way you won't miss out on stuff. You know, you won't say, oh, well, I don't have enough money to take that trip, or I can't go here because I don't have enough money. If you plan properly, you will have the money to do what you want to do.
And that goes back to the 5 P's. Preparation prevents poor performance. So many people are not prepared. Their life, their situation, they're not strategizing, they're not understanding that it's a simple plan, man. But the problem is, I talk to a lot of people, and people always say, man, I can't save, it's hard to save. I'm like,
I got kids.
That's
more reason to save. Choose something to save for your kids.
Yeah.
They have to go to college, they're gonna need things, you know, things happen. They gotta go to the doctor, that's a copay. You know, there's different things that you can work towards saving for in order to make sure your family runs smoothly. And guys, to be honest with you, finances can bring a lot of stress to relationships. If you're not financially stable and you guys don't have a plan, one person's going out spending money, not consulting with each other, and then when it's time to pay those bills, you don't have money. You wanna make sure that you are planning, you know, that you think about the future, you think about your family, and communicate, because that can bring stress.
And I totally agree, man. I mean, when you understanding your finances, where you're going, and you have something that you're fighting for, something that you have dreams and hopes and just everything that you want to push for, man, it should just motivate you, you know. And I created this because I understand that everybody can't save $350 per paycheck, but you can take $50 out your paycheck. You can take $150 out the next paycheck. Then you take another $100. So it's 50, 100, 150, 50, 100, 150. It's a simple plan to follow, but you gotta know. And I tell you, you do not need access to that money. That's the greatest thing.
Put it in a savings account that you do not have a debit card. You don't have checks. You can't just go get it. To access it, it's not easy. You got to go through some hoops and loops.
Yeah.
Because if you put it where, oh, I can transfer it, or I can take it out, transfer it to my checking. No, we have ours in a whole separate institution from our checking account. Like, it's in a different location. We would actually have to drive there, go inside the bank to take the money out.
And that's very important, man.
So you want to make sure that if you know yourself, hey, set it up to where it's not easy to access. And also, don't be so close-minded when people are trying to give you advice, because people are so close-minded. Like, you're just trying to share. Like, even now we're doing podcasts, and it's like, well, you're not an expert. We're not saying we're expert, but we're just trying to share with you some information that works.
I might not be an expert, but follow this plan, you're going to get some results.
We may not be experts, but I guess what? We're not broke either. So you want to follow, you know, somebody that, I'm not saying we're rich, but you want to follow somebody that actually has a plan in place. A tangible plan. I think it's very tangible that I can actually look at this and say, man, in a year I have $5,000, you know. And people say, wow, things come up, life. It doesn't matter though. If you don't have access to this money, you're not living on this money. And I think that's what a lot of people fall victim to. They feel they have access to their money, so as soon as something come up, you know what I'm saying, they're like, I gotta go get that money. I need that money. And decide on your priorities. What is a priority? Do I really need this mocha latte from Starbucks that's $10? Or maybe I'm just gonna get a grande today or a venti today. Like, I'm not gonna upgrade it and get all this extra shot of espresso. Like, just start cutting back. You know, maybe put $100 on a Starbucks card and say, okay, when I run out, I'm done. So, you know, just set limits and boundaries for yourself. Priorities. What's first? My family's first. I pay my tithe. This stuff comes first, my bills, and then the other stuff, what can I cut back on?
Yeah, and I think we're not gonna get in deep detail right now on this, but we'll do another podcast soon. But we're gonna talk about the envelope system. We're gonna talk about planning your money, taking money out, and actually looking at, okay, how much gas am I gonna spend this this week or this month. Let me take the money out so that when you don't swipe your debit card, you don't have to worry about your debit card. You just take it. Only time you see on your debit card payments is money you took out that's helping you, be able to have an envelope system, which is a cash system. It's very important.
And if you plan on buying a house, if you haven't already bought a house, if you bought a house, you know this, that banks, when you're trying to get your loan or whatever for your house, trying to get your house financed, they really look at where your money's going. So every time you're swiping that card, oh, this person spent a lot of money going to McDonald's, going here, so think about the choices you make, because they really can affect you in the long run. It doesn't seem like much now, but it can really affect what you're trying to do in the long run.
Yeah, and so that's with anything, man. I keep beating the dead horse, but you need to put this in your brain. Tell your money where to go, and stop worrying about where it went, because you're gonna look back 3 to 5 months from now like, man, I worked this much overtime, I made this much money, and where did the money go? See, but the good thing about keeping receipts is you can go back and look, what did I spend? Oh, I spent $200 on gas this month. I spent $150 out to eat. These 3 days I went out to eat. Maybe I can just limit this month to 1 day. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to make a sacrifice. And that's the bottom line. The bottom line is you're going to have to make a sacrifice to get to where you go, to where you're trying to go, because we all making money, but some of us making better decisions than others with our money.
We're not making saving an automatic thing. Like, you want to make that like an automatic. Like, I know this comes out of my check. This is what goes to my savings. You need to have an emergency fund. $1,000, like he said, you can have a flat tire, anything can happen. You don't want to have to be calling a family member saying, hey, I need to borrow money, or, you just don't want to put yourself in that situation. So I was always told, if you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. So you want to make sure you're prepared so you don't fail.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a video too soon on, it's gonna be called the buckets of finances. And basically, we're gonna give you different buckets. I'm gonna go get some money out the bank, and I'm gonna lay the money out so you can actually see the money. And there's gonna be different buckets that you can put your money in. Because at the end of the day, I don't care if you're making $30,000 a year or if you're making $300,000 a year. It's either one or two things. You're living above your means, or you're not strategizing your money. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some people who's living in a decent $800 apartment and barely making $2,000 a month, and they doing good. You got some people as a couple probably making over 6 figures, and they doing bad.
They don't know where the money went.
Don't know where it went.
They know. They're working, they're making it, but they don't know where it's going.
And I have to be transparent. I went out last year and I bought a Jeep, and it was pretty expensive, and I kind of regret buying a Jeep. I can't take it back, but I could have used that Jeep for something else. So yeah, man, so it's good to be transparent. We enjoyed the Jeep. We still enjoy the Jeep. We drive it, it's finna be hot, so we're gonna really be burning it up when it get hot.
Yeah.
So it's very important,
But you live and you learn, as you get older. But you just learn from your mistakes. But you want to start now. We wish we would have started a long time ago, but we were young and dumb too. Spending money, swiping. I know I was swiping. Oh, I get paid next week. Swiping. Oh, I'm like, don't worry about it. I got it. So just be cautious.
Yeah, one time, I'm not even gonna lie. In my younger days, I was averaging $30 a day out to eat. We talking about breakfast in the morning. That's $8, maybe $5.
After work.
Oh man, I'm talking about. I wasn't no happy hour guy, but I'm just saying I was the guy that was in the morning breakfast, going to lunch with coworkers at 12, and then back doing and getting dinner at night. So that's $30. 30 times 30 is what? $900 for one person. Now together, we probably spent $400 a month.
And mine was happy hour. Like my first year teaching, baby. Hey, so we every day happy hour. After work, $50, $60, $70 on me, just me. So that money adds up, man.
Yeah, that money. I mean, that
adds up quick.
That money adds up, and you look back and like, man, why I'm spend all that money like that? But
now we don't want people to be like, oh well, I work hard, I can't spend no money. No, you just have a designated amount for your fun.
Yeah,
the stuff you want to do, because we do stuff.
Yeah, we do stuff. But I'm saying don't be dumb. I hate when people say that though. I hate when people say,
I'm just saying,
I work hard, I can do what I want, but you dumb with your money.
Yeah,
you dumb. I mean,
the same person.
Yeah,
that when something happens,
you need help. You know,
need help.
I mean, so I hate when people say, you only got one life, I'm just living. You okay, do that. But guess what? We know we only got one life, but also be smart.
And pay your bills. But I want to go back to what we were saying in the beginning about finances and relationships. Guys, if you're with somebody and you guys are not on the same financial page, you really need to just reevaluate where you are in your relationship and where you're going, because that may not be the person for you. You know, because if you're gonna be stressed all the time, worried about how the bill's gonna get paid, hey, sit down and talk to the person. If you guys can't come to a consensus, then you know that can be an issue. So that's something you probably want to reevaluate.
It can be a major issue, because you know you got one person focusing on this and the next person focusing on that. You know what I respect about you the most is, you know, she asked me, hey, I'm about to spend some money. You know, to me, that makes me want to do the same thing. So I do the same thing. Hey, I need to go, I need to get some gas, or, it makes you want to do the same thing versus going out here and just living reckless.
It helps you hold each other accountable. And, a friend of mine was on her head about, money being together or whatever. And so I truly believe, and I'm not saying this for everybody, but I truly believe that when you come together, like, you're able to hold each other accountable. Because when your money is not together, this is if you plan on being with somebody long term, and that person can say anything that you don't know. You're not really sure where they are financially, what they're doing with the money. And so it kind of always leaves you kind of in the dark. Yeah, you trust them, but it's kind of like you really don't know. So you want to have it where you can hold each other accountable. It's not like, oh, well, I'm putting up a stash for just in case. Like, if you got to do all that, then you probably need to be...
Well, to me, I always tell her money ain't all that. So
money, it's materialistic.
It's just a tool. So until you understand that money is just a tool, and you don't value money like that, like some people like, oh, I'm trying to get all the money.
You can get it, but if you die today or tomorrow, you gotta leave it here.
Hey, and guess what?
Somebody gonna spend it.
Somebody gonna spend that money. So
yes, sir.
And I know people say, well, that's why I'm gonna spend all my money now. Yeah, but be smart too.
Smart.
Just be smart with your money. That's all we saying. I'm not saying don't enjoy your life.
But I'm not gonna be that person. Like, I want to leave a legacy when I leave here. So if I die today or tomorrow, my kids have a legacy. Well, my mom left me this. I'm gonna do this with this. My mom.
And you're gonna teach them principles.
And I'm gonna teach them the principles. You don't want to be that person. You die and you leave your kids with nothing, and they lost in this world. You have to leave them with principles. You have to leave them with a legacy to follow. Not like, kids get lost quick, guys.
They get lost
They need guidance, and so you want to set an example for your children.
So I mean, I just said finances. I'm gonna say it one more time, man. Tell your money where to go and stop worrying about where it went. If I know what is $18,000 going, I know what is $5,000 going, I'm telling that money, I work for you, so I'm telling you to go over here and you stand over here, and that's it.
And guys, write stuff down. The Bible says write the vision and make it plain. Make yourself a vision board, make yourself a list. We have a list with what we're paying off, what we're working towards paying off, and we mark it off. Guys, I'm telling you, every time I've ever written something down, it's came to pass. It may not come right away, but it comes to pass. Like, I was sitting in my vanity room the other day looking at my vision board. It literally almost everything that I have on there, except for maybe a couple things that I'm going to start working on. I mean, they're already in the works. So do that, guys. Take time for yourself and make yourself a vision board. Slow down and you don't have to be out all the time. Just slow down. Sometimes you just need that calmness where you just need to sit and reevaluate.
Sit still and evaluate your life.
You know, fast. You don't have to be eating all the time. You can fast. Sometimes when you're fasting, you know, God starts to show you different things. And you may not be a spiritual person, but just take time for yourself is all I'm saying. And just think about where you're going. Have a plan.
Have a plan, man. Listen, hopefully we gave you guys some key nuggets on this podcast. I will be sharing this plan with you. It's very important, man, that man, I just can't harp enough on that you set yourself a financial goal, whether it's, you know, I want to make X amount of money this year, what I'm going to do with this money. It's very important, man. People just out here living, and then you getting yourself in financial binds, and you looking back like, well, I can't even get myself out of it. Well, you didn't have 15 paychecks. So you telling me you didn't save $100 out of each paycheck? That's $1,500. Or you didn't save $200? That's $3,000. Like, don't wait till something happens for you to say, oh, I'm ready, now I need to get my life together. It's like, start today, because finances is key. Listen, money's a tool, but it ain't everything. But you need money to live. And
you do. And even when you leave here, your family gonna need money to bury.
They're gonna need.
We ain't taking up no money now.
Hey.
Have something.
Fish fry.
No, we don't want to do that.
Fish fry.
So you wanna.
Hey, you better fry some fish for me, dog. I'm just saying.
He will have life insurance, guys.
Anyway, so like I said, man, listen. As you know, we figured out the name, and this is the Christian Clique. That's who y'all are. Follow us, like the video, comment, share. Listen, we coming with new podcasts, new challenges. We bringing the heat. We finna also be doing some of the old. We did some vlogging last year, but we're gonna be doing like an overview of it. You'll see us, and you'll be able to see it. You'll be like, oh, okay. Then we'll talk about. Hey, you know what you like about that?
And we know, guys, there's always naysayers when you're doing stuff like this.
Oh yeah.
But I'm a firm believer in. I believe in that Bible, y'all. I'm telling you. Though you slay me, yet will I trust you. I'm still gonna trust God, and so we just trusting God with this process because we know this is something that God gave us the vision for. It's not just something that I want to make videos. Let's just make videos.
Yeah.
Like, people are always like, what's the plan? What's next? What y'all plan? Like, you know, sometimes you can't share your plans with everybody. Just watch and see.
Hey, that is what it is.
Tuned.
You cannot share your plans.
That's my grandma calling me.
You cannot share plans. So, anyways, as I always say, man, continue to watch us, continue to share, man, it's gonna get better, man. You see, the last two videos, we had a green screen, you can see a little alley, now we got the little wall, now we're gonna be putting stuff up. The podcast gonna get better, man. We're here to motivate, inspire you, and help you become better.
And thank you to everybody that's commented or inboxed us and said, hey, we're enjoying it. They were cooking some of the recipes. We appreciate it, guys.
We appreciate it all, man. And like I said, man, I'm excited about the process. And we just planning this thing out, man. We got some funny videos coming, some challenges. I'm gonna be laughing at her as she doing these challenges because I ain't gonna be doing all of them. No, I'm joking.
What?
I'm joking. So listen, man. Thanks for watching. We see you next podcast. Christian Clique, let's go, man.
We're out, guys. Bye.
Peace.
Which road will bring me back to home? Which road will bring me back to home? Which road will bring